today's my first day. I have a day off. If you know select TikTok, that's the only thing I can do for you guys. The TikTok.
What is up, guys? Welcome to this episode of Lanky Box. Now, today, guys, we're gonna both be telling some crazy K-pop dance stories. Now, real quick, guys, my story's gonna involve some pretty cringy BTS dancing, and Justin's is an embarrassing story about when a K-pop idol reacted to our videos and roasted us. So make sure to watch the full video. Also, we are making the winner of the iPhone giveaway next week. So if you want to enter and you haven't already, just make sure to be subscribed to Lanky Box. That's it. Let's go. Okay, so my story starts almost exactly a year ago. Oh, wow. Now, I had actually been watching a bunch of K-pop music videos. I actually saw on YouTube this thing called K-pop Random Play Dance, where like a bunch of people in public dance to like random songs. And I was like, dude, that's so cool. Like, I wonder what I would do if I was in one of those things. And then I realized, wait a minute, I suck at dancing. Yeah. So what I was thinking was, wait, I should try and challenge myself to learn a dance of K-pop. Okay. I would like imagine like, you know, I finally learned this song, and then during the K-pop Random Play Dance, they put on the songs that I learned, and I would like run into the circle and like go in the front and start dancing. Everyone would be like, oh my gosh, she's so good. Yeah. That was what I was imagining. So I was like, okay, well, where do I start? I gotta pick a dance, right? Yeah. So I remember I literally went on Google. I was like, simple BTS dances to learn. Okay. And like someone online was like, oh, you should try and learn Go-Go, because it's like one of the simpler dances that they have. Oh, really? No. No. It's still hard for me. Yeah. I had to learn, but like compared to like Make Love or something, it's like definitely easier. Okay. It's the one where they're like flossing. So the person online suggested that I look up Go-Go, so I typed it in, I searched it, and they have this like really funny like dance cover where they're dressed as like, I guess, Snow White. They're in these like Halloween costumes. Yeah. So I was like, that's a perfect dance for me. Like it seems pretty easy, it seems pretty fun. This will be pretty chill. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna challenge myself to learn this entire dance in one day. One day? Yeah, that was my goal. I was like, it'll probably take me a couple hours, but like by the end of those couple hours, I'm gonna learn this, right? Okay. It went terrible. So the day started, I woke up, I got a good breakfast. I was like, all right, today's the day. I'm locking myself in my room. I'm gonna look up a dance tutorial and I'm gonna learn this. Right. So I started dancing and I immediately realized I could not follow along at all. Yeah. It was way too fast.
So how much dance experience you have prior to this?
None.
I really had the arrogance to say I'm gonna learn a BTS dance in one day.
Yeah, I was a little over my head. The morning starts, I'm like, all right, let's try and learn this. I immediately realized I cannot do this.
Oh, what?
But then I had this genius idea. YouTube has this thing where you can slow the speed down. Yeah. So I started learning the dance in 25% speed.
Oh,
so they
that's
were
smart.
doing the dance like this, and at that speed I could follow along.
That's actually pretty smart.
I was like slowly going through the dance as it was working okay, and then I went up to like half speed, like 50%. I still kind of got it, but then I started like sweating a lot, like my feet started hurting. I had to like put on shoes because it was like I was dancing on a hardwood
That's
floor.
because giraffes are not meant to dance, Adam. They're meant to walk in the savannah and eat leaves.
I'm not a giraffe.
This story proves otherwise.
Long story short, this ended up taking me about 8 hours to learn. Like,
But did you learn it?
kind of. Like, I kind of knew it. Like, I could kind of get most of the steps down. It was still like a big struggle, but I was like, well, the challenge was to finish this in one day.
Right.
And I remember it was like
Time to
7
get
o'clock
ready.
at night. I've been dancing all day. I was like super sweaty. And I called you. I was like, dude, I want you to help me film this video at like this dance studio near where I live. Yeah. You remember that? Vaguely. He's got the little iPhone camera. I'm like, okay, ready? He's like, yeah. And dude, everyone was like looking at us like so weird. We were just like in the corner. And like I remember it took me like 10 tries. And I just kept messing up and I'll get to reset the song and everything. Yeah. And it was like really, really bad. I kind of was able to get through the dance on one of the takes. And I was like, I think we got it. Yeah. So, I remember watching back the footage, because in the iPhone I watched it, and I was like, okay, I look alright. And I went back home, I like put it in my computer, I looked up the footage, I like put it next to BTS dancing to see how close I got.
You do that?
And I immediately wanted to like destroy the footage because it wasn't even close. Not even close.
It's like how the food in the advertisement versus when you actually get it in real life.
And I just realized what a terrible idea it was at the start. Like, I have way more respect for anyone that is able to learn K-pop dances now. After that, I have never attempted to learn another dance again.
That's not true. We learn dance myself like all the time.
Can you do any of the recent dances?
All of them.
Really?
Tied perfectly into my story.
Really?
Yeah, so you know, for the K-pop zero budgets, you know, we usually try to focus on recreating the scenes as best we can. But you know, if it's not exact, we're like, you know, we are not professional dancers / singers. We cannot be held to that standard, obviously. There was one video where we did a zero budget compilation of Jesse's music videos. Now you already know when we made this, we had somewhat of an idea that Jesse might be able to see the video.
Yeah.
We had someone helping us who like show the video to her.
Yeah.
So in the back of my mind, I knew if I'm about to shake it, Jesse gonna see it. I gotta actually dance well in this one video and make sure I do a good job.
Wait, now Jessie is a K-pop idol, but the unique thing about Jessie is like she's not afraid to say what she's
She's known for being super savage, being like super cool. We have to dance like her. You know, I'm in my room just sweat, okay? Practicing, you know, practicing, just dropping it, okay? So we were learning the choreography to down, okay? And then a big day came, okay? We went to a beach to recreate that because her scenes are on the beach. To put this into context, we had to hike down to this beach. It was like 3 miles.
Dude, I literally, as you're telling the story, I realized, like, I had blocked this from my mind, like, these memories.
That's what I blocked your BTS dance out of my mind. I was sitting there feeling
It wasn't that bad. I could do the Frosties.
I'm gonna block that. We had to get all the way down to the beach to film this ad. Was already sweating before we started dancing. And then, I'm gonna make this very clear. I have only a few shots in this video where I gotta dance like Jesse. I'm already very nervous. But then, right as we get the camera set up, I look over. And now you have to understand, we're on a deserted beach. There's nobody else around. I look over, and there's an old man. There's an old man, and he's walking real nice and slow. He's walking over to us. And I don't know why, we're like 3 miles down the beach. Adam was right at Jesse. He had the camera, and I was doing this. Short, okay? This old man lumbering over real slow. This man also, to put this into perspective, he was wearing only a Speedo. Okay, this old man, out here in a Speedo, slowly walks over, and like, this is a big beach. It's like, it's miles long. We're the only people there. And he gets to where we are, and like, sets up a towel, and he sits down, and I say, am I supposed to keep dancing like Jesse in front of this guy? What happened? Okay, I look over, you know, hey, I film the scenes. As a trained professional, we have to do our work, you know, we have to do the dances. I look over, out of the corner of my eye, this man has the audacity. He reaches in his bag and gets out a glass of chocolate milk. And he starts sipping on it, watching me dance.
He didn't even offer you any.
No, but I was very thirsty. That whole day was so cringe because I couldn't dance. I was already nervous because Jess was gonna see it, and then this guy kept staring at us while we were dancing. I have not, since that day, drank any chocolate milk. It's traumatic.
So then not only did we have the footage that we just shot, we were like, dude, this is weird. Then in the back of our head, we were like, we gotta send this to Jesse.
And then it happened exactly as I would have imagined. Jessie got the footage she saw it, and she rolled it up.
What is up, guys? Welcome to this episode of Lanky Vlog. Now, today we're going to be telling some of the stories of the scariest days of our lives.
Oh man, Adam, I'm gonna tell my story first. This was a story in which I almost actually perished.
Really?
Yes, I was almost swept off the face of the earth by a crazy clown. This takes place when I was in high school. Now, in high school, I didn't have a car. So I relied on, sometimes my friends had cars, they would drive me around, whatever, or my parents could give me a ride, or I could take the public transportation. Okay? I was hanging out with my friend at school, and we were both into playing video games.
Okay.
So he was like, you know what, you should come over, we should play some video games together, it's gonna be crazy. I'm like, oh, let's do it. I'm like, okay, this is perfect. I actually just got the new gaming console, and I've been saving up my allowance, I got the new console, I can bring it over to your house, we can play it together. Okay? He's like, oh man, let's go. I said, but there's one problem, I don't have a car. I can't get there.
Right.
He's like, no problem. My parents can come pick you up after school and we can all go together. I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, it's done.
Now, have you been to this friend's house before?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
But, I was like, we've been friends for a while, so it doesn't matter. But the day comes, I actually brought my console in my backpack to school. And so after school on Friday, his parents came and picked us up and we went to his house together. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but his house just happened to be located in a pretty sketchy part of town.
Oh.
I didn't know that at the time. I was like, oh, whatever. So we get to his house, it's actually going fine. We're sitting there playing video games, chilling, having a great time, drinking some soda pop, eating some chips, having a jolly old time. Pretty deep into the night, we're still playing video games, and I'm not going to say this happens often, but I felt a little rumble in my tummy. So it was probably like midnight, and I had a stomach ache. I was like, oh man, much like soda, just had one too many donuts, clearly. Honestly, I was prepared to sleep over, my friends sleep over, but I was like, I gotta go home.
Oh, you're
This is
getting
it.
sick.
Okay, I gotta go. But the problem was his parents were asleep. Okay, his parents were asleep, I couldn't get a ride back home.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
so I was like, no problem, I'll take the bus. I'm very good at taking the bus, this will be no problem. But like I said, this was not the nicest neighborhood, and so I realized about 2 minutes after leaving his house, I was standing in a sketchy neighborhood at night, holding a video game console. I was like, okay, the bus finally arrived, I'm like, thank goodness, okay, that took long enough. I get on the bus, I pay my change, and I go sit in the back. And I sit down with my little gaming console.
Okay,
no problem.
that sounds pretty good. No.
After I get on the bus, one other person gets on the bus with me. Only one. And this guy literally looks like a crazy clown. I don't understand why to this day. He had eye makeup on. His hair was normal, but it was very thin. It was wispy, you know what I mean? It was literally like an empty bus. Except for me. And he walked all the way and sat basically 2 feet away from me. So I was starting to panic a little bit. I said, the door's closed, right? We start moving. And the guy just turns over and looks at me. I'm very confused. I don't like it. I get uncomfortable. What do when I get uncomfortable, Adam?
You sweat?
No, usually I try to get a snack. Or eat anything.
All right.
So I start to panic because I don't know where I'm at. I'm holding a game console. This guy is staring at me. There's no one else. He looks like a clown, and I got no food. So, what do? I make one of the worst decisions of my life, and I yank the bus line. I'm like, I'm getting off at the next stop.
Oh, no.
I didn't even wait to get home. Now, I was thinking in the back of my mind, it's whatever. That was weird. Just a weird bus ride. I would walk home, no problem. The guy was maybe dressed up for a YouTube video. You don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get off and I start walking, and then I realize this guy also got off the bus at the same time.
No.
So I'm trying to do that thing where you walk really fast, but you're not trying to look like you're running.
Right.
Because I was like, if I start running, this guy's gonna run after me.
Right in your stomach is just gonna explode.
There's too many dogs. I'm thinking, like, what do I do? Because this guy straight up followed me. And to make matters worse, I did not have a cell phone at the time. So I'm like, it's the end of Jesse, Crowley, and we know it. I used all of my remaining IQ brain power. I realized I had to find a store that's open late at night and go inside the store. I find a convenience store that's open 24 hours a day, and I walk it. The parking lot is empty. I look around, and the clown is suddenly gone. I am very confused, but then there's one car parked in the parking lot, and the door opens, and this bald guy gets out and starts walking towards me.
Wait, was it the clown?
It was not the clown. It was a different guy. I was like, did the clown just eat this guy? Like, where did this guy even come from? Okay, I'm going into the store. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I go into the store, and the bald guy follows me into the store. You already know, go straight to the chip aisle. Trying to hide in some lace. Okay? Trying to mind my own business. This guy comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder. At this point, I'm pretty shook. I'm like, what is happening? I said, this might be it, Adam. Justy might have perished on this day. He starts to reach into his coat pocket and he pulls out a badge and says, hello, I'm Officer Kennedy.
You're the police
He
officer?
was an undercover police officer patrolling the parking lot at night. So he was wearing regular clothing. And he says, where did you get this game console? He thought I stole the game console. I explained the entire story to him, the clown. At this point, though, I realized how crazy I must sound because the clown was not there.
Yeah.
What is this kid talking about? I told him the whole story, and then I made it home safely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a true story.
Dude.
Yeah.
He probably didn't believe you because you told him you were at your friend's house, and that would require you to have friends. I'll look at you and know that's a lie.
You gotta have all of it.
This kind of leads into my story, which also involved one of my friends. Now, I was a bit younger. I was actually in middle school when this happened. So, me and my friend Ben at the time were like, okay, let's have a sleepover on Friday night. We're really close friends. Now, I was like, okay, come over to my place. We can like play video games. We can hang out. We can sleep over. It's gonna be really fun. So to set this story up, basically my house is like a normal house, right? But in the backyard we have a fence, and outside of the fence there's a big forest.
Okay.
So I was like, Ben, think of how like cool and brave we would look if we went into the haunted forest at night. And we could like tell all our friends about it. She's like, okay, cool. So I'm like, okay. At 3 a.m. at night, when my parents are asleep, we're gonna sneak out and go to the forest.
3 a.m.?
Yeah, because I don't want my parents knowing or like hearing that I was like leaving the house. So we stay up playing video games like 3 a.m. We're like, okay, dude, like really late, like let's like go, like this is our chance. We go into my backyard, we open the fence, and we see this massive dark forest, just pitch black. So I turn on my flashlight and I can see like maybe like 5 feet in front of me, and we're like, okay, like I guess this is it. Let's
You're
just
like,
go.
this is still a good idea.
Yeah, so you like slowly start walking forward, and like you can definitely hear like you're slowly like falls. You can hear like this crumpling of leaves as we stepped on them. So I'm like leading the way with the flashlight. I'm like looking, kind of standing across, making sure like we don't like trip over any like fallen trees or whatever. So we're walking, like no one's saying anything. That's like pitch darkness. I turn around and I heard like crackling leaves like 20 feet in a different direction, like to my side.
No, tell me he's still there.
So I was like, oh, like maybe he like went over to that path or whatever. So I was like, Ben? Nothing. I didn't hear anything. And then I heard in the distance back by my house, he was like, Adam, I went back. Dude, that's you for days. Dude, I think he got scared and like turned around, but like didn't like tell me. I was like way in front with the flashlight.
Some friends you got.
So then I'm standing there and I'm like, wait a minute. If he's back there, what was the noise I just heard? I was like, Ben? And he's like, Adam, just turn back. It's fine. Like, just come back to the house.
Just come back to the sound of my voice, and
Immediately, like, when that happened, like, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up and I could tell something was off. Like, I got that sensation that like something or someone was watching me. So I'm standing there because I'm like, I don't want it to like know where I am, so I turn off the flashlight.
What?
I'm in pitch black.
Wait, there's something moving around you?
Yeah, like actually. And I can tell like it's like getting closer.
What?
Yeah.
Just run!
No, I was too scared. I was like, if I run, it's gonna chase after me. So like maybe if I just stay still, it won't see me. So I'm standing there, just terrified for my life. I don't know what to do. I'm like, this is a terrible idea. I'm like, I can tell it getting closer and closer. I turn on the flashlight because I'm like, if I'm gonna die, I might as well just see what's about to happen. I quickly point the flashlight, and I see this giant rabbit sitting there. Like the rabbit was just like hopping around.
Was he Kooky?
No, it was not Kooky.
Hopping around
No.
in the middle of the forest to give you
No, it was this giant rabbit that was making the noise. I like this giant relief just washed over me. So I like sprinted back home as fast as I could. I got back to my mom's house and like I actually felt like so cool. Like I felt like wow, like I'm actually such a bad boy.
Really?
No, I just cried. What is up, guys? Welcome to this episode of Lanky Vlog.
Oh, you were what?